I've never had so many cameras chronicling so much of a non-event. I mean, there's absolutely nothing happening, and you guys are still always rolling. I can look here, I can look there, I can look there, or I can look there. I can go from here to here and to there, or I can go from there to there and then back to here. If I wanted, for instance, to invite you to submit an idea for returning the favor, I could simply say, go to the Returning the Favor Effect page. Maybe we will come to you. Somebody cue the music.
So the crew and I are back on the road.
Come on, Lucian, it'll be great.
Searching America for bloody do-gooders. People who are slightly better than us, doing nice things for their community in a completely selfless way.
I've been there, stud muffin.
My lucky day.
It's pretty simple. We find them, we meet them, and then
What did you do? Oh my God.
we surprise them.
No.
I'm Mike Rowe. This is Returning the Favor.
Just like at the airport, do you think he'll know? Oh, there they are, right there. Here we go! Hi, my friend. I made you sign just in case you didn't know where your ride was.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
We're at the hugging stage yet?
Oh, sure. I can get into that. I didn't know if you were going to remember me, but I'm still here.
You're seared into my retina. This is Mary Z, our no longer brand new producer, now a seasoned veteran of Returning the Favor.
We're going to a chicken coop. You want to get in the car and I'll tell you all about your day?
I've never started my day with "let's go to a chicken coop" before, but on this show, I've learned to trust my producer.
Do you want to know what we're doing? Or you want to just catch up for a bit?
Why's it got to be one or the other?
Okay, we'll start at the beginning.
Where are
We're
we?
in Rochelle, Illinois.
I don't think it's Illinois, actually. I think it might be Illinois.
Illinois?
It's actually, yeah, that's how they say it.
All right. So we're going to meet a woman named Carolyn Brown, who runs a really, really awesome place called The Kitchen Table.
You need something else, Jason? More coffee?
It's a donation-based restaurant where you pay what you can afford.
Really so much more than just a soup kitchen, though, because it's really more a community cafe, because it is really for everybody.
She put her life savings into it.
Does Carolyn have a job?
She has a job. She's a tax accountant.
I'll carry it for you. I'll go get it, okay?
Carolyn is just a sweetheart. I mean, she is just a hoot. She is just a hoot.
Friendly people, good food. I'm out here at least once a week, sometimes more.
That's all that matters is we feed them and they like it.
I feel like I know everything I need to know at this point in the day. So we're just going to the coop because she raises chickens.
She raises chickens. I thought it was a great place for you to meet. One of them is gigantic, and I would like to hug it at some point.
One of the chickens?
Chickens, yeah.
Don't hug a chicken.
I kind of want to.
Don't do it.
Poverty in rural Illinois has been growing at double the rate of many cities. A pay-what-you-can-afford restaurant sounds like a great way to help some vulnerable people. And I'm excited to meet the woman who created one.
Carolyn. Hi, my friend Mike.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Mary's been bragging about you.
Hi.
So
Well,
it seems.
thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
I think I recognize you.
I've done some other things here and there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, a long misspent career, resume filled with ambiguity and ennui.
Nice.
That's a fresh egg.
Well, this one is like kind of cold, so it was laying back there in the corner, but I got a hot one right up there.
You got a hot egg?
Yeah,
I don't know a ton, but it sounds like you've created a kitchen
I have.
and you feed people.
We do.
Could I
Yeah.
see the kitchen itself?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah, we can go there.
There's so many different places we could go. Why don't we go to the kitchen?
I think we're going to go to the kitchen table.
Let's do
That's our
that.
next stop.
Take the eggs?
Yeah. Oh, always.
Want me to take a few?
Sure.
Your passion, it seems, is feeding people.
Yep. We have a lot of people who need us, but we also have a lot of people who come to support us.
So your point is, if we take these eggs, make an omelet, somebody might eat it for free.
Yes.
Somebody might give you $1 for it.
Right.
And somebody might pay 10 or 20.
That's right. Exactly.
Why did you open the kitchen?
When we had a recession, everything was sky high, gas was sky high, and people were having to take lesser paying jobs just to keep a job.
Yep.
I remember having a conversation with one client, And he says, we go to the grocery store and we buy bologna and bread and peanut butter and jelly. And I'm like, you gotta be me. You need to let me cook for you.
Wow.
And people will tell you that I was the most unlikely person to do something like that.
Why?
Because Carolyn was about Carolyn. Yeah, for a long time.
Sure.
You know, you put too much emphasis sometimes on material belongings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really not what life is supposed to be about. But it took me a little bit longer to realize that.
So maybe you took care of yourself for the first chunk of your life, and you know, maybe now you're going the other way.
My whole little story is I love Red Lobster. Everybody deserves to go to Red Lobster at least once a year.
But we don't all have that same opportunity.
So we serve good food. Everybody deserves to eat good food.
To summarize, Carolyn has been making up for her selfish youth by feeding people, providing a special meal out at a restaurant for those who can't necessarily afford it.
What do I give the ace to?
I'll take those. We'll put them
I'm
away.
afraid I'm going to drop them. That one's got
Yeah.
some poop on it.
We'll put them away.
Oh, now you
A
have
little
to
bit,
begin.
yeah. So what do you think of our little place?
I really, really, really love it. Did you decorate it yourself?
I did. A lot of this stuff came from my house.
Oh. It's got a great vibe.
And then we went to New Orleans, and so we brought back beads.
Did you earn the beads?
No, we didn't. No, we
Okay,
didn't.
we all kept our shirts on?
Yeah.
Look, I can't do much, but I'm cheap labor, so feel free to boss me around. If there's anything you
Sure,
need.
we can do that.
All right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, ladies.
This is Mike Rowe.
What do you need? What do you need?
I'll be honest, nobody has ever been this excited to see me in a kitchen.
Get this man ready to work.
All right.
Isn't that so awesome? You got a kitchen table. See how
they're
awesome
hooking me
is
up.
that? How awesome is that?
Since Carolyn's mission is to provide an elegant restaurant experience, she serves food you probably won't find at home. Tonight, it's chicken teriyaki, wontons, and crab rangoon.
Deb, right?
Yep. Well, my grandkids call me Stinker Pot Grandma.
Stinker pot?
Yep.
Why do they do that?
Because I got drunk on moonshine, and that's what they called me. Yeah. There you go. I made about 4 trays yesterday.
I'm doing it right next
You're
to you
good, you're
here.
good.
How long you been here, Deb?
No, I've been volunteering for about a year.
Yeah? Why do you volunteer?
Because I like to.
It's my second home because I'm here.
We don't really have a lot of places in our community where you can go and eat if you can't really afford it.
No, we don't.
Aside from
don't.
this, where any?
There isn't.
None.
None.
This is it.
This all-volunteer staff serves an average of 700 meals every month. It's an incredible undertaking, something to be proud of.
Put it at, Wasana? Did you put it away?
You go, Mike.
No, this is bad. This is a bad rangoon. Oh, hold on. So that goes like that.
Yay! You can teach old dogs these tricks. Maybe.
Blind pig will find an acorn once in a while, right? Carol, I'm going to go talk to some of your customers because
All right.
it just occurred to me that I might be, what's the word?
In the way?
That's the word. What do you have? Purple stuff? If you don't want it, I'll take it. It looks good. I haven't eaten anything all day.
That's going to fill you up.
I'm on a very strict diet. I can only eat purple food in small quantities. Hi. I'm Mike.
Hi, nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Lori?
Lori?
Hi, I'm Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Nice to meet you.
How long you known Carolyn?
We've been coming here for quite a while.
We were on strike at work for 6 weeks.
So times were tight.
Yeah, and we've never really had that much, in our life.
And it was good. We could come out and, pay a couple dollars that we could. It's really, really good food. It's home cooked.
How does it feel to be able to pay what you can when you're hungry as opposed to what it actually costs to be able to do that?
Now we're back to work and we're
So
trying
we
to
pay it forward.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's pretty obvious what's happening here. The kitchen table provides to those in need and those who just want a good meal. And then the people it provides for turn around and help provide for others. It's like a circle, a very tasty circle.
Oh, my husband's out there.
Oh, Grant's here?
Yep.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. You're minding your own business, you're doing your thing, you're living your life, and she comes home one day and what? I want to open a kitchen and start feeding people. Would you tell her?
Told her she was nuts.
Yeah, he had other choice words in there too. Trust me.
Maybe you kind of were.
Oh, probably.
But who cares? In the end,
But it was a lot of work. Everything needed to be redone. We put what savings we had. We took extra jobs, but we did it. And we relied on people to come help us. But because it is a lot of work, people then just decided not to come back. The friendships couldn't sustain.
yeah.
Which is really sad. Somebody that you've been friends with for so many years
Yeah.
that chooses to walk away because it's a lot of work and you don't have free time to go.
For them.
Yes, exactly.
I get it.
Because the devotion becomes to this place because it's not going to run by itself. So you lose a lot of friends.
I'm glad you're saying this because nobody talks about that. The sacrifice to say goodbye to some personal friendships and to sacrifice all kinds of things. You got a lot of plates spinning. And people should know it's never as easy as it looks.
It's what you learn from and grow from.
No, you just threw this. That was a total hairy eyeball.
At my daughter.
What's your name?
Jade.
Jade? Excuse me one second.
Yep.
I'm going to talk to Jade real quick. Not to pry into your life, but I'm curious. You got a mother who's put, this thing at like the top of the list. And so you've got to be proud, but at the same time.
I know at first I was still in high school, so it was hard. She had a new baby is what I called it, a new baby.
Yeah.
And then I got pregnant with him right as I graduated, so that was very tough for all of us, not what was expected of me, let's put it that way. So we had a little bit of our issues along the way, but she's a wonderful person, I think.
Yeah. Well, you got to be proud of her because, you look around, people can spend their lives any way they want, and it's just choices.
Yeah, she's done really good.
You did good, too.
Yeah.
Poor Ben, I really put you in a corner there, didn't I? Let's just pause and watch Ben try and figure out how this is going to end.
It takes a certain type of person to do what Carolyn has done, and cornering Carolyn in a one-on-one car ride while delivering meals to local shelters seems like a good way to find out more.
Are you from Illinois?
No, I'm from Tennessee. Yep, my parents live in Churchill. When I bought this building, my dad calls me one day and he says, "I'm really proud of you." And I'm like, "Wow, that's a huge thing coming out of your mouth."
That just means you earned it.
I was my parents' worst child growing up.
How bad were you?
I was pretty bad.
Tell me about your misspent youth.
I got married when I was 16, and I had my first child the day after I turned 19, and my husband didn't want any children. So things really got bad, and I divorced him when I was 21. Chose to run around with the wrong people and made bad decisions, and that's what got me in trouble the most. I did everything.
Like everything? Like time?
Yeah, I did that too. I have a felony conviction.
How long?
A little over 2 years.
You don't have to talk about anything you don't want to talk about, but I'd be a fool not to ask. You know what? I'm going to pull over just for a sec, because this is important.
One time, one stupid choice, you pay for it the rest of your life. But I used it to my advantage. It's part of what made me who I am. It's part of what made me realize that life's too short, and that's not the way you want to live your life. You have to persevere. You can't give up. You can't allow it to defeat you.
Or define you.
Yep.
How much of you today is about making amends?
I would say a good 100% of it.
Doesn't make much sense to pay your debt to society if society will never forgive the loan. Carolyn got a second chance, and this community welcomed her in. Now, she's giving back.
So behind that van, just pull up there, and
Sure.
then the men's shelter is that white building. We got food. Yes.
You play off a show?
One of those faces, I guess. Yeah. So how long you been bringing the food here?
Oh, probably 2 years. Turn left.
So, what's the vision for the kitchen table?
We need more space. I only talked to Grant about expanding because he always was like, no.
Because he's going to have to be the guy that does it, basically.
Right?
Great.
He's like, we don't have money for that. And I'm like, I know. But, one of these days.
So there are a lot of people here for dinner.
Yeah. We usually have about 100 and someone We do this dinner.
My role on this show is pretty simple. Find out what makes our honorees tick, and then put the fate of their future in my producer's hands. So, while Carolyn gets back to prepping for dinner service, I can only hope that Mary was taking copious notes.
So we're gonna go see our reveal. You all right with me?
Let's go.
We've come up with something that Carolyn certainly needs.
You can tell me.
Do you really want me to tell you?
Not when you talk that high, no.
Okay, so she needs seating for more people.
Yeah.
Capacity is her issue. Money is also an issue. So we had Noah, the architect, create a beautiful rendering of a covered 3-season outdoor space that we're going to have them build in the spring because the ground's frozen.
Whoa, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So we have, basically the reveal is a picture of what she's going to get and a check. How much is it going to cost?
$50,000.
Great.
Approved.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Mike, what am I about to look at?
Well, we were tasked with creating an outdoor space. We tried to make it as usable year-round as we could, some 3-seasonality to it, if that's even a word.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah, but it is
I mean,
now.
as an expert, you could absolutely introduce it.
That's a technical term. So we brought in some of the colors and the features of the existing building and tried to tie it all together into something that she can use and be proud of for, decades.
We don't want to show the cameras this, but I need to see it myself. I'm going to peek behind this real quick. Oh my God. Oh, holy smoke. You should see this. I don't want to overstate it, but man, it takes my breath away. You're really going to want to stay tuned. That's called a tease. Yeah.
Now we've got to hustle back to the kitchen table where the guys at Bruns Construction set up our surprise, and friends and family gather to celebrate. My job now, keep Carolyn's attention away from the parking lot.
This is the one you're serving out of first? Yep.
There she is. Do you need help? What can I do?
Yeah, we gotta make more rice.
Water goes in?
Yep, water goes in.
You need a lid?
In there.
Where would the lid be? There has to be a lid. It's going to be very difficult to get her out of the kitchen. She is fully engaged at the moment.
All right, these are for Deb.
Hold this. No, like this.
Okay. Where's the other rice cooker? Mike,
Yeah.
we may have to put that one over here.
Over there? Certain amount of chaos going on tonight. Can't imagine why.
Let's do it.
Now that we've got Carolyn's parking lot converted into a makeshift construction site, it's time to coax her out of the kitchen for the reveal.
Before the sun goes down, I want to do one more shot, so it'll be pretty up front.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, we should probably, let's see, if the sun's here, then we should be here. So Carolyn just said, "What the hell are you doing?" What we're doing is working on another episode of a show on Facebook. It's called Returning the Favor. We make some calls, we tell some lies, and we try and pay attention, and we try and figure out what it is you need to do more of what you're doing. So based on everything you've told us, there's no way we can surprise you in the way that we would normally do. However, through the magic of architecture and renderings and construction, give Carolyn a look at what we're talking about. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the new kitchen. It's really simple. On the 1st of May, this equipment is going to start digging. And by July 4th, this entire area is going to look like that. And my dear friend Z has empowered me to hand you the funds to pay for it with, which will be no less than $50,000. Let me tell you this. It's really because of Lois.
Is it?
Lois went to my Facebook page and she told me what you were doing.
Aw, I love you. I'm so happy.
What you're doing here is great, but if we can get more people to see it and follow in your footsteps, well, we got a whole new ball game. Will you join me in front of the sign so we can all watch you stick a
Yes.
shovel in the ground?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes. I love you all.
Everybody
I love
loves everybody. It's great. You know what? I'll help you. Ready?
Yeah.
One. You got it? You on there? 1, 2, 3. You're
Thank
awesome.
you. You are awesome. Today was probably the best freaking day of my life. I mean, totally. It's an experience that comes once in a lifetime. So thank you.
No, Carolyn, thank you. What you've done for this community is important, and what you've done for yourself, that's worth sharing. In the meantime, thanks for the crab rangoon and whatever that purple stuff was. It was delicious.
What's not to love? If you ever come here firsthand, do yourself a favor. Come by the kitchen table. It's not going to look like this when you visit. It's going to be new and improved. And perhaps our show will be as well. You can help. Go to the Returning the Favor Effect page. That's what Lois did. She told me all about Carolyn. You tell me all about whoever you want me to know about, and we'll show up and I'll put on an apron and then we'll build something. It'll be great. See you next time. Do yourself a favor and follow the Returning the Favor show page on Facebook Watch. You'll never miss an episode, and it's guaranteed to cheer you up.